Excerpt from Paramour The Airport. She exits the plane and walks down the retractable hallway connecting the plane to the airport terminal. Once she reaches the baggage claim area, she spies her friend among the small crowd, and dragging her purple carry-on suitcase, she excitedly walks towards him. He looks down at the color of the suitcase. He looks back up at her. "Purple?" he inquires with a raised eyebrow. She widely grins like a Cheshire cat, recalling that in her short stories she often mentions a purple suitcase with entertaining contents. She innocently looks down at the suitcase and looks back at him up and shrugs. Yeah, my carry-on suitcase is purple. My blue one is in the baggage claim area over there." She points towards the revolving luggage area and takes a step forward. "Did you bring along the sex toys?" he says loudly enough for the effect of a bit of amusing embarrassment. Her eyes widen and she glances around, slightly embarrassed. Then she looks right at him and momentarily contemplates the truth versus a white lie. "Maybe." She pauses and sighs. "Just one." "Why did you bring any?" "Just in case." "You promised we were going to behave this weekend." He's trying so hard not to laugh while he shakes his finger at her, attempting to admonish her. "We have a lot of work to do." She nods at his attempts not to laugh and causing her to stifle a huge giggle. Yeah, I am. I'm going to behave. I just thought in case I need to take care of myself while we're working. He looks down at her with a stern glare and a mischievous glint in his eyes. "If we are going to have sex, I will be the one taking care of you and you won't have any need of a toy." She stares back at him, blushing, recalling their past encounters, hungry as hell, and says again, It's just in case." He takes the carry-on suitcase from her gentlemanly-like, and they walk towards the baggage claim area and retrieve the rest of her luggage. Back at his place, he shows her into his home and catches a whiff of her perfume as she walks by. She notices his body language shift slightly, sensing he's hungry too. She feels a twinge of hope that perhaps he might desire her again the same as she desires him again. He repeats himself. "You were invited here this week for us to work on the writing. Only. No seduction, no sex, no making out. Just get those thoughts out of your head." She thinks to herself. "Yeah, right. Thinking about sex is kind of like going through my brain constantly." She says aloud, "My hands and my body will behave itself. My mind, on the other hand, that's a lost cause." Almost with a deep growl. "Sabine, you promised to behave yourself." Yes, I will behave myself. I will. I'm here to just work on finishing the project." He glances down at the purple suitcase. "And yet you brought the purple suitcase." "Yeah, it's my only carry-on bag. That's what I use when I fly." He stares at her skeptically. Her eyes shine up at his eyes with such intensity of desire, and he looks down at her, feeling the hunger that he harbors coming to the surface. His craving to reach out and have her becomes overwhelming, unquenchable, overpowering. He places his hands upon her shoulders, and again she starts to be filled with some hope. Being in the same room as him, her willpower is being tested beyond belief. He sighs and says, "Shall we just commence with the lovemaking at this point and just give in? Or shall we attempt to get some writing down first?" She looks at him dead on. "I am here for whatever you want."